And as if by magic, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to Disco Elysium, episode 4. Episode 4 already. Who knew it would go so quickly? Right, we are reading in our ledger. We found a card inside, which appears to have some sort of love letter. And as we read, we seem to have slipped into a blackness. Let's proceed. Let's see what's going on here. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on. Hold on. To what? There's nothing. Detective, is everything all right? You fall sideways. Oh, I have no idea what's happening. What's happened? Hello?
There is nothing. Again.
What? Oh, okay. Just lie there, passed out.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
That's me. Blue eyes. That's me.
And who was that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness he's grasping for it, still trying to hold on to the great sorrow slipping in the water.
Yeah.
Slimy.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
Here in the paleomammalian cortex, we call it the shadow, because it's always there.
What was the X something? The
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
No, it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape, its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Where is Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
Enough.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
I'm not coming back.
Oh, but you are. They're pouring something on you. In you. It's
delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. Where am I? In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsurugi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin. Drink. Water. The lieutenant is extending a small canister to your mouth. Drink. I don't wanna. There is no use arguing with me. You will die if you don't. Drink. There really is no use arguing with him. This is him exerting the reserves of authority he usually withholds. You can't even try to resist. All you can do is drink. The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself. As it pours down your parched throat, the pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts. Drink! He tilts the canister. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration. With greedy gulps, you down half a litre of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it. What happened? I should ask you the same. You were reading your paperwork, and then you passed out. I carried you to my Kanema to take you to a hospital, and then you came to. How long was I out? 10 minutes maybe? I came in contact with the burnt out ruins of the past, Lieutenant. That does sometimes happen. He hands you the remains of your ledger. You drop this. Are you okay to proceed? Let's solve this case. Good. The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your hands for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools section of your inventory. Let's have a look. We need to read the watermarks. I thought so. We wanted to smell the ledger. The acidic stench of rotting food has robbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner. Beautiful. Slide the hidden drawer open? Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. Inside you see 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. Fucking kill yourself, you asshole. The words just crossed your mind somehow. Who are they for? Who do you think? You. Will close the permeables compartment. It's slightly, ever so slightly, difficult to breathe once you've done so. The drawer is locked. Blue ink drops from the white pages in your hand. Your hand shakes. You're flushed with adrenaline. I'm going to pop that away. We're going to have a look at what we've got going on down here. Our hobo cop is... Is it... Oh no, we've still got 2 hours remaining of it. We had something else come up. White Morning. Temporary research bonus. -1 authority. Little guy gets further and further away. You see yourself from above. You are passed out on the blue tiles of the hostel room floor. Even from this distance you can see your eyelids flutter at the mention of what? A great white object letting out its sweet smell like a lily of the valley. The little man's forgotten its name, but he still remembers the feeling. And look, he moves. The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. He puts on his disco clothes and it gets smaller and smaller. I'm going to take that. I don't really know what it does. We'll find out. We need to get into the car and have a look at our ledger. Oh, who's that? I don't recall them being there before. Inside you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. How do I turn on the headlights? He turns the preheater on, waits, takes out his keys and says, "All right, ready." I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater. He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant's more than happy to show off his precious carriage. Press engine start. The dashboard lights up with orange glow. Rounds per minute gauges jump and the engine of Cupre's Kanema comes to life with a whiny growl. Press the button labelled headlights. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle. There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now. You run your fingers over the steering levers. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so familiar in your palm. Close the door. Interfacing. As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A streak red and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you. There she is, Revachol West. There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice. Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro perforations. Look at the shimmering street grid. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognisable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights. Wait! Look around you. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry. In the middle of a broken plaza, in a cone of light barely visible in the daytime, 2 men, one slim, the other sturdy. They are on the city stage. but only one of them knows his lines. Ah, Martinez. He smells the air and says, "Where are we on this?" Point to the hologram map. Let me see. He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it. Right here, he says, his finger near the top of the map, on a segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean. Seems nice. No, it does not, the lieutenant says with optimism. Look at the perforations. There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. Tally up the different rows. The first row has 18 dots. What about the next? The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border and then some. Count them individually. There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150 at least, maybe even 200. The last row has 3 perforations. 3? That's it. Hey Kim, what do all these holes mean? Oh. There we go, what do they mean? Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They're your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you kept a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look. Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good. The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Do you really think I have any idea? Fair point, let's move on. The next row, this one wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good, it means finished. You've got, let's see, wow, more than 200. Is that a lot? It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. So you're saying I used to be a super cop? Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now let's look at the last row. Right, those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. Confirmed kills? That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling. So I'm a killer. That's right, a killer of humans. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. What's it like to kill him? What's it feel like to kill a man, Mr. McCoy? A young woman asked the man across the desk from her. Oh, this is our esprit de corps, which is our sense of being within the police force. That's our knowledge of where we work. Esprit de corps. Our connection to Station 41, understanding cop culture. Esprit de corps is the very spirit of policing, the copgeist. It enables you to understand your blow-souled sisters and brothers, not only by picking up subtle signals from your partner, but by witnessing flash sideways scenes as they play out in your precinct. At high levels, you'll be the very heart of the police force, not only willing and able, but obligated to take a bullet for your partner. Obliged to take a bullet for your partner. However, without esprit de corps, you'll be flying blind, unable to understand discreet remarks colleagues make in high-stakes situations. Remarks that might just save your life. So we'll go back to that. What's it feel like to kill a man, Mr. McCoy? A young woman asks the man across the desk from her. Honestly, babe, says John McCoy, crossing his ankles over said desk. I don't feel anything anymore. It's just like brushing my teeth. I do it once or twice a week and don't really think anything about it. There's no trace of guilt in his voice. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. It's obviously the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have to be thankful for that. He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved, you're competent. Have you ever killed anyone, Kim? Yes, he says, declining to elaborate. It's not a problem for him to state it, however. How do you handle the strain? Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others. It gives you a meaningful look. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Like what? Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now. Maybe I should find a hobby. Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves. He points to your yellow gardening gloves. It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab. Thanks for this. The lieutenant nods. Okay, let's go. Right, I'll go turn off the lights. He presses a remote control on the key. You can now see your statistics on your journal page, right of the task description. Let's have a quick look at that because it's there. What? Oh, that would be this. Yeah, okay, cool. We're a communist. Yes, and a moralist. Good cop, bad cop. We're the apocalypse cop. Let's have a chat to this person down here.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
The man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he goes. Keep listening.
From another planet. Hey there.
I am the law.
Yes, you are, my man.
What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
He motions towards the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates of the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
So that's where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
So how long have you been here?
Feels near forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
He snickers. Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
You got any smokes on you? Nope, don't smoke. He nods towards the big lorry behind him. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around waiting for the jam to disperse, or waiting for the sweet release of death. Yep, nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add. You'll have to ask around elsewhere. I'm going to read that again. Yep, nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add. You'll have to ask around elsewhere. Guess I'll ask around then. You could also check the kiosk down the street. Freet. He points towards the harbour with 3 T's. Revachol is weird. Tell me about this strike. It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade up, making demands. No way in or out. What's the union demanding? Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane and half the company. I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too, like a strike negotiator type. They know what's up. Precise demands and so on. Ah yes, from the Wild Pines. He takes a note. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure. What do you think the company wants? They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. He makes a ka-ching sound. Anything else I should know? Anything else? He thinks. Yeah, this ain't really my kind of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. All of who? Us, lorry drivers. A few still hang around here waiting for the mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high or laid. He smiles awkwardly. Not that I blame them, really. Not you? Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing. Glances down the road towards the horizon. A glint of something in his eyes. What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get on to the next one. Know anything about the dead man? The one hanging behind the hostel there? He ain't one of us drivers, I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really been asked I haven't really asked about that. Been busy wasting time out here. Keeping busy. Busy with what? Analysing the fundamental structure and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. What? Nothing, he smiles. I'm just messing with you, man. Don't mind my idle verbosity. What are you hauling anyway? High-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that. Wicked. I've always wanted a friend in the underworld. No, I'm joking, my man. He grins. Farm runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods, you know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Ilmaran market lately. So nothing illegal then? Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. Could I get one of those tracksuits you're hauling? We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy. That's your machine behind you. This rockin' beauty? He points to the lorry with his thumb. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? Interested? Not really. I just asked because, I don't know, must be a cop reflex. Yeah, must be. Your job's to know all those little things, isn't it? While my job, he pats the back of the lorry, is to deliver tracksuit trousers. There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he spent too long in his lorry. Right, I had another question. Oh, what's our empathy? I'm not sure I want to risk that empathy. We'll give it a whirl. You failed. Man, you look sad. What's going on with you? You really are the law, aren't you? I get that being bluntly observant and inquisitive comes with the territory, but it certainly doesn't help with your conversational skills, does it? Maybe the full-on direct approach wasn't correct. Damn, it's tricky business looking into someone's eyes and not doing it wrong. I'm good for now. Good talk. Don't be a stranger. Gives you a salute with 2 fingers. Right, let's have a look over here. We've got some stuff to do. So, we've got to find out who put the clothes in the trash. Find out who's in the union box. Pay for the damages. Who made the call reporting the crime. Okay, we've got a few things to do still. Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. We need to acquire a copy of this city map. Hopefully there's one over here somewhere. Hello, mate.
Welcome to
good.
Revachol.
A racist lorry driver. Welcome to Revachol, announces the rotund man. The remark isn't addressed at you. It's addressed at Kim. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in this city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
So we are in limbo.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine. Fucking A, Kim, I've got your back. Give the lieutenant a punch on the shoulder.
You two make a cute couple, you know that?
The lorry man spits. The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness. Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impassively, cigarette smouldering between his fingers. I found this mug in the trash. Show it to the man. Yours? He stares at the yellow man mug, then suddenly he explodes. Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while. Is it yours? God damn. He wipes tears from his eyes. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine. What was that argument all about? It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. He spits on the ground. Not the most popular topic nowadays with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic, that is. Bury your head under the sand like common sheep. I feel like I'm dropping the ball by not doing a mock French accent like that gentleman's. But I don't want to be accused of being racist myself when it comes to doing any other accents that might come up. Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat. I get it. Someone has to be the unpopular guy. I'm not the only one. Look, I've read books. He gestures with his cigarette for emphasis. The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied this thing say that you and me are superior by design. He glances at Kim. So naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that. Right. I've already made up my mind. Want to hear it? Oh. The man seems mildly disappointed that you don't want to hear more of his lecture. Yeah, I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Don't push your luck, runt. The man gives you a disgusted look, then turns his attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence. That might not have been the best solution to that conversation, but... A glossy magazine, most able-bodied men. This issue hosts a top 10 list. Jump Jams, a popular music mag. Oh, okay, that was just us commenting on the magazines that we saw. Oh, some money on the floor over here that we're gonna have to pop that bad boy up. I'll come back to whatever's gonna happen over here in a second. Let's talk to...
Yes?
Let's talk to Kim. Oh, we can now convince him that there's a sexy dark mystery twist in the case. Oh, it still can't. Never mind. We'll try again another time. Okay, what we got over here? Yellow roses, dozens of them. Tulips too. You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent. What? Expect? Surely that's accept. The raincoats are transparent. Expect for the big freak slogan on the back. What's that? Point to the raincoat. What is what? The girl leans over the counter to see the coat, see what you're referring to. It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real. She taps on the glass counter. The raincoats patiently await purchase. Tire machine. The tire machine stands in the corner. A sign says 1 bottle equals 10 cents. What's this machine? The clerk looks up out of her magazine. Oh, that's the tire machine. Yes, but what is it? She knits her brow, confused. It's a machine for tar, you know? You find tar outside, like bottles or whatever, and you put it in the machine. Then it gives you money. I see. And how do I pick up tar for this tar machine? You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out. She shrugs awkwardly. Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there. She points outside somewhere. A melancholy pop song plays on the radio. St. Baptiste Pharmaceutics. Oh, yeah. A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the St. Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we have Nosafed, Dramamine, magnesium, and hypergamma. What do those products do? No, I don't know. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Dramamine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypergamma is... I don't really know what hypnogamma is, actually. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising. Can you be a little more specific? She chews her bubblegum absent-mindedly. No, sorry. I'm not like a doctor or anything. Nosafed heals +1 health. Dramamine heals +3 health. Magnesium heals +1 morale. Hypnogamma heals +3 morale. Who is St. Baptiste? St. Baptiste? You know, she nods slowly at the cabinet. The pharmaceuticals company. St. Baptiste Pharmaceuticals. The one that sells meds out of St. Baptiste. She points to the cabinet. That one. There. Do you have any ammonia? Yeah. There's like an ampule somewhere. She waves her hand in the air absent-mindedly. We don't have enough money to do anything, so we're not going to. What's that up there? Cigarettes. Please be cigarettes. A colourful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles lines the shop wall, inviting you closer. There, in that dark green glass, a world of ruby, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth. Wine alcohol. Beer alcohol. Love alcohol. Ugh, I'm in heaven. I need it all so bad. The clerk looks at a wall of goods behind her. Sure, if you want something, I can get it for you. Just let me know and pay and stuff. She adjusts her hat. But I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that. Don't ask, don't look, don't do anything here. Just go away. Just get back to work. Know this, you will never finish your alcohol if you don't buy beautiful alcohol. Oh, you'll never finish your alcohol quest if you don't buy alcohol. Please tell me more about these products. The Pale Age Vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in pale for a couple of years, which makes it super expensive and super strong. What is pale? You know, she shrugs, uninterested in explaining it further. Don't worry your pretty little head about it. Let's concentrate on what's important here. Okay, what will consuming this stuff do to my body? She stares at you, unsure. I mean, I already said it will hurt you. I don't really know what else they do. Drugs give powerful bonuses to your main stats while dealing damage to your health or morale. Cigarettes raise intellect whilst damaging your health. Alcohol raises physique whilst damaging your morale. Use medication, Nosafed and magnesium to counteract this damage of drugs. Note, consuming drugs can have unforeseen consequences for you. Do you sell any under-the-counter vices? No, she fixes her hair underneath her cap. Frit only sells legal drugs, like the law says. Well, that's got to be all of our adventure, unless you've got something specific.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
She returns to her magazine. What's that magazine she's reading?
I don't know. Frit?
What is Frit? And what is Frit?
A 7-Eleven grocery store.
Why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
She chews on her gum with disgust. What magazine are you reading?
You mean this?
She looks at the cover of boasting a colourful photo of 2 girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got like famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Stupid famous people.
Yeah, they're kind of boring, but you know.
Let's proceed. I have some questions for you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but
Do you know anything about the dead body? I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it. So, did you know the man who died? Not really. Not really. Does it mean you knew him a little? No, I didn't know him at all. Any idea how long it's been there? Don't know really. Long? What do you think happened? Don't know. No need to worry. The lieutenant's voice is soothing and professional. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay? Okay. She scratches her nose. Thanks for your help. Can you tell me anything about the reality we're in? Reality? You mean... what reality? Like economic reality? Yes. Tell me about the economic reality. I don't really know anything. I mean, I'm 15. 15 is an excellent time to learn about the economic reality. Yeah. She looks at the clock on the wall. That's why I'm working my ass off in free, so I guess, like, that's economic? What about the physical reality then? I don't know. What about it? Where are we? We're in free. No, I mean, where are we on a larger scale? As mankind or as a nation? As mankind? In a good place? She rubs her face thinking. I mean, science is doing great and this radio computer thing seems to be kind of big. I don't know. She shrugs, then folds her magazine back. I won't bother you with this nonsense anymore. Cool. She seems happy to return to her reading. Couldn't we get in the kitchen after 1:30? I think 1 o'clock was when we could get in the kitchen. Oh. Have we unlocked any of our skills now? Not yet. Hobocop's still got 1 hour and 52 minutes on it. Freak. Is this cunt gonna say
Looking for something, Hunt? Huh? Coming to tell me to fuck off again?
Yeah, got a smoke. He's got a smoke right there in his fucking hand. Snatch that shit out of his fat fingers. You need it after listening to his garbage. You're smoking one right now. It's my last one. Can I get a drag of that then? I'm sorry, all done. He puts out the cigarette and flicks a tiny stub towards the street. Cool, cool, cool. Rub your hands together. Changed my mind anyway. I bet. His cool gaze pierces deep with noxious effluence wafting in the surrounding air. Sorry I couldn't be of any help. He gives you an ambivalently mocking half nod. What are you hauling? Not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation. How long has this been going on then? The strike? They've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe? He gestures towards the lorries. But this here is just the last week or so. What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up? Apples. Apples? Yeah, apples. I take you have other questions. He's giving you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested. We're done. Let's go and see if we can get in this kitchen now. Oh. Fucking zoom out, you prick. Closed for winter. Oh, okay. Different entrance. The kitchen is open. But that will be where we cut this episode. We cut this episode here. Thanks very much for tuning in again. Episode 4, done and dusted. It's been a pleasure to be playing the game and talking to you about it. Come back, join us for the next episode, which should be up tomorrow. If you're enjoying it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Come back, tune in for the next episode, and I'll catch you next time. Take care, bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.